Hi, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today, all about unlocking the potential of Vancouver's new multiplex zoning. I'm so excited today to be bringing this presentation to you. And today I have a special guest, which I'm going to introduce in just a moment. But let's talk a little bit about why we're here today. As a homeowner, you should really be aware of all of the new changes that are happening with single family lots. This change is definitely creating a lot of new opportunities for homeowners and investors alike. And our goal at Kritikos Real Estate Group, of course, is to educate you and help you understand all of these changes so that you can make an informed decision moving forward. So let's continue here with my special guest, James. I was going to call you James Lightwell, James Livingstone with Lightwell Homes. You may be sitting on hidden real estate without even realizing it. So, because of the new multiplex zoning rules, as we said, single family lots now, you're able to build anywhere from 3 to 6 units, depending on the size of the lot, which we'll get into more detail with James today. So, our city is definitely evolving. And again, it's our job to educate you so that you can make an informed decision. Today, we're talking to Lightwell Homes, which is an experienced multiplex developer here in Vancouver with a track record of success. They've got some really great projects, which we're going to share with you today. So let's get right into it. I'm going to introduce James, who is a managing partner at Lightwell Homes, a multiplex developer. James has held his CPA for 24 years. In public practice, he was a partner in a mid-sized market accounting firm. Now, then, James, you left the public practice in 2008 to invest in private businesses, and you acquired 24 companies, totaling 800 million in revenue across Canada, the United States, and the UK. So private equity has taught you the importance of people over business. And I love your mantra, which is people first and business second. So here's just a snapshot of Lightwell Homes team, Randy Chang, Jonathan Ames, I'm just going to call you James Lightwell, James Livingston, and Eric Wong. So welcome today, James, to our webinar. And let's get started where we're talking about all about multiplex in Vancouver. And James is going to say hello and do a quick screen share. Starting now.
Great. Thanks, Maria.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, I know Livingstone and Lightwell sounds similar.
Thank you.
Just bring up my presentation.
Yes, absolutely.
And so ultimately we formed Lightwell because we saw a problem. There's two problems in Vancouver. The first problem is, 25% of our population is over 65. And this would even apply to people in their 50s, which they're now looking, the kids are gone and they're looking for a smaller home. As people age, their knees hurt, backs hurt. So they tend to not want stairs. But where do you go if you have a big house that's getting older, a lot more maintenance? What's the alternative? And the problem is there isn't much of an alternative. Uh, Townhomes are 3 levels, lots of stairs. That's not a good option. Same with half duplex. A lot of half duplexes are 3 levels as well. They typically don't want to live in a condo tower, so they're looking for 1 or at most 2 level homes. We're building 1 and 2 level homes, some with elevators as well.
Oh, nice.
Uh, and we're just thinking of aging in place, so they don't have to move later on when they're in their 80s, as an example. The other problem we're seeing is the upsizing side. It can be family, and a family is more than just these days. It's more than just a couple with children. It's also couples with dogs. We're seeing people want to move out of Olympic Village or downtown. They have 2 dogs, and it's just their condos are too small and they want more of a residential feel. So both are looking for quiet residential streets. And the main issue is livability. They want to have the feel of a home. They don't want compressed small homes. And that's the problem we're seeing right now overall is a lot of the condos have been built small. And that's just because it's expensive to build and so developers need to pack in more units to make a project viable. With multiplex, they're bigger. So as an example,
Let me know whenever you
this
want
is
to,
this is
are you,
the
oh,
this is a duplex.
oh, sorry, James, you have control of the screen now, or do I?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, perfect.
Do you see the duplex?
Um, One sec. No, 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 no. Yes, I see it now. Perfect. There you
Yeah.
go.
So this is the third floor of a duplex. So this is just some west side duplex pricing. So you'll see 2.28.
Mhm.
Uh, that's $1,500 a foot. You can see on a per foot basis, they range from 1440s all the way up to 1879. Pricing 2.3 to 2.6. So people are paying a lot of money, and this is what they're paying the money for on the top floor. This is free space from a city perspective, but it's not all that useful. So how do you feel as a homeowner if you're paying $1,600 a foot for something that's not ideal? With the multiplex, depending on the design, we're typically 9.5 to 10 feet on the bottom floor, and then 9 feet on the second and third. So a full room size, none of the sloped ceilings. So multiplex, solves that problem, and we have a lot more storage. As you can see, the closets are quite small, right? The storage, whereas we have full height storage. This is a townhome. The average townhome. I was looking at the pre-sale numbers a couple weeks ago. The average size was 1,158 square feet over 3 floors. That's less than 400 square feet per floor. So you end up with narrow homes. So you can, they've, some of there's some really nice townhomes to be sure, but they're more that downsizer market where they're 2.4 million to $3
Yeah.
million dollars.
Mm.
This would be kind of a standard townhome. People call it a bowling alley. The reason for this, it's expensive to build townhomes. You have to get zoning for a couple of years, and then the underground parking just adds a lot of extra costs. So as a result, developers, they have more FSR, floor space ratio, so
Mhm.
they cram in more homes on the same lot compared to us with multiplex. Multiplex, we have a floor space ratio of 1, which
One.
means if we have a, say, 8,000 square foot lot, we can build an 8,000 square foot home.
Great.
So this is Chat GPT. It's amazing what you do with AI. We said, give us
So
a
these
Canadian
are
couple.
so
It's
these are some of the typical buyers that would be
yeah,
interested in multiplex. So let's
yeah.
look at the downsizing population. Yes.
Yeah. And so here's an example. This is off our Willa project in South Canby, West 57th, near Sir Winston Churchill High School.
Mhm.
Here's the front door down below.
Mhm.
So we have a good 8-10 feet of custom built cabinets. By the way, we're a custom standard. We're not builder grade. So everything we do is at is high quality. So this is all custom built-ins. The living room, the bedrooms, that's all 10-foot ceilings. We have to hide all the HVAC, so we have 9.5 foot ceilings over the kitchen. But this is 22 feet of cabinetry. Our islands are big, 9 feet by 4 feet. So it's a house size. And these are all king size beds in our example. So all our bedrooms fit king size beds. 1,500 square feet without stairs, it's probably the equivalent of a 1,800 square foot home. But without stairs, you just have it just feels a lot bigger. We also have a 300 square foot patio. So we're building more and more of these one level homes. You
Mhm.
need bigger lots to make it work,
Yeah.
but the west side has those. On the for families, we're building bigger homes as well. This is a 2 level home,
Mhm.
22 feet wide.
Mhm.
Most townhomes are in that 13 to 17 feet wide. area, other than some of the luxury ones. So 900 square feet of living on 2 levels. In this case, as well, we have the patio, the deck off the main living floor. And that's an extra 740 square feet. So if you compare it to a townhome where guests and have to go up 3 levels of living, 3-level home, you have to bring all the food up there to get to the rooftop deck. It's a bit of a hike. And that loses its appeal as people get more experienced. The second floor, 3 bedrooms, and you'll notice the first floor, big den. So down the road, if people don't want the stairs on the second floor, they can convert the study into a bedroom. And with the general Vancouver building code, we have showers that are all roughed in.
Oh,
So
great.
if they do want to have that as a living area, the shower can be built there. These are some of our projects. We have currently 15 developments. And you can see on the lot size, most are between 6,000 and 10,000 square feet. At 6,000, we'd have 4 homes on it, 10,000, 6. All the 8,000, 9,000, those are all typically 5 and 6 unit developments. Here's an example of one. This is on ground 134th. You can see 3 levels. These are bigger than a typical duplex. With multiplex, we're allowed to go to almost 38 feet, 37 feet, 7 inches. And that's why we're able to get that full height rooms on the 3rd floor. It's because we have that extra height plus more FSR. A duplex is 0.7 floor space ratio, meaning 70% of the lot size, where we're 100% of the lot size. So this is a 10,000 square foot lot, 2 homes in each, and in the back, the limitation on the back rear homes is 2 levels only. We can't go 3 levels per the bylaw, but the result is you have really nice homes because you have big floor plates. So these are about 1,500 square feet in the back. That's 750 square feet per floor. So very livable. And we have parking, 1 parking spot per home in the back. So most of our developments, we have 1 parking spot per home at the lane. And we do put in security fencing with an automatic gate. So if people are coming in, they press the button, the gate opens, and
That's
their
great.
cars are secured. Yeah. And that's really the compromise with multiplex is parking. But people don't live in their parking spots. It's what do you want? More livable space or a garage?
More
So
space
half
for your car.
duplexes, half duplex on the west side, you're paying more money. And really you're paying for a bit of land as well as a garage. And garage often just becomes storage anyway. With townhomes, you have the concrete underground parking, but now you're having to go up 3 sets of stairs.
With groceries, that's right.
So we're really swapping that type of parking for just convenient parking that's just behind your home, and you can drive away. Like Oak Ridge Park, you can't even get your car. You have to go and go to a valet to get your car, just given the restrictions. With Trafalgar, this is craftsman style, 4 homes in the front, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and then a laneway. This is at Fraser and 23rd. We'll be launching this soon. And this is 3 homes, 1 in the front, 1 in the back. And this is more of a modern Tudor style. So you'll notice they all look a bit different. And then this is Willa, the project at West 57th between Oak and Cambie. And this is 1 level on the bottom. So for people who want homes without stairs, this is ideal. There's a home in the front and then another 1 level in the back. And this is the 2 levels on top. This one is in Dunbar, so West 33rd and Wallace, so west of Dunbar. Beautiful street. These are 3 levels in this case with 2 laneways in the back. And here's another home. This is 930 West 57th, a couple of houses down from 950, but a different style altogether. And you can see what the coach homes look like in the back.
Hmm.
The green box, whenever we build 5 or 6 homes, that's called a pad mounted transformer. So the
PMT.
pad-mounted transformer, we lose 12 feet, but in
Mhm.
this case, our lot's wide enough that it doesn't matter. We still have, one parking spot per home in the back, and we will have the fence in there as well. Yeah, so the multiplexes are a good upgrade for a good solution for many families, whether people are looking to sell an old house and buy something smaller, or to go from a different location to the west side. The maintenance costs are less than a traditional townhome as well. We're about 20 cents a foot, and that's really insurance, recycling pickup, and a bit of landscaping, snow removal. So it's quite affordable, uh, from that perspective as well. Uh, so we're in most neighborhoods on the west side. So Dunbar, Mackenzie Heights, Kerrisdale, or Budas Ridge. We're picking up some properties in Kitts and Point Grey as well down the road. We're in South Canby, Oak Ridge, South Granville, Shaughnessy, Canby Village, Main Street area, as well as on the east side. The only east side area we're in is between Main and Fraser, in what we call the Fraser Hood area,
Hmm.
between 16th and 25th.
Yeah.
But lots of options. And really it's split between homeowners who want convenience of amenities. So Canby Village, it's great. You're really close to downtown. There's a SkyTrain station on 25th and Canby. And then lots of restaurants, coffee shops on Canby. Same with Maine, same with Fraser. And Kitsilano was that way as well, with all the amenities, the retail on 4th and Broadway. Other families want to be close to the top schools, the top public schools, as well as private. So that's where South Canby location, Sir Winston Churchill. It's an IB school, French immersion, has a top math and science program there, as well as a mini school for accelerated learning. So it has it all. And then Lord Byng, everyone loves Lord Byng on 16th. So that's where Point Grey, Dunbar, those locations are in that school catchment. Uh,
Lord
and then
Byng is
there's,
a great school. Did you know
yeah,
that I used to teach at Lord Byng?
I did not know that.
For
Ah,
those of you that only know me as a real estate agent in another life, I used to be a high school teacher, and one of the last schools that I taught at was Lord Byng. So, yeah, very good school.
yeah, excellent. Yeah,
Mhm.
and they're all pretty good schools, just
Yep.
different locations.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, Eric Camber's different from McGee or Prince of Wales
Did you know that I went to McGee?
no, I didn't. Okay, there
Things
you
you
go.
didn't know about Maria in this webinar.
No, exactly. I'm learning all sorts of new things. Yeah,
All
but
right. Private
so
placement and partnering. How can we partner with you?
yeah, so I'm partnering. There's a couple of different ways to partner. So the first is we can actually co-develop. So we've done this out of our projects. Of the 15 projects, 4 are with homeowners, and the situation is a little bit different for each one. But in one case, there's a family. The son approached us. The dad, who's 78 at the time, was tired. He's a widower. He was tired of all the yard work. This 8,700 square foot lot,
Mhm.
and so he just wanted, but he wanted to stay in the same neighborhood. He just didn't want the big house. And on the development side, his son was in the business, so they were keen. They were interested in working with us. So we bought the home from them, and then they invested part of the proceeds. So we don't need all the equity in the home, only a portion. Yeah, usually around anywhere from 30 to 50% of the equity in the home. Uh, and their hold period between when they make the investment and when it's complete is around is 12 months to build, and then a couple months just to finish up.
Mhm.
So about 14-month hold period, and we call that co-development.
Mhm.
In some cases, the homeowners want to own one of the homes, and they can do that. So and it's tax efficient. Our tax rates are a lot less than, say, passive income. If you invest in things like rental income or interest income inside of a holding company, people are taxed at 50%. It's pretty painful. With multiplex development, it's active business income. So the first 500,000 is taxed at 11%. and thereafter at 27%.
Hmm.
So that's one way. Other people, maybe they don't have a home. If they have a lot of money, they can invest with us. Typically, co-development is about $1 million. But for smaller investments, we have limited partnerships. So the limited partnerships, we work with accredited investors. And so there's a whole bunch of criteria for that. I won't go into that today, but we work with accredited investors and they'll invest in our limited partnerships. And it's between a 15 and 20 month hold period.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
one of the reasons we like investing in multiplex. It's short. You
Hmm.
know, long projects, a lot can change.
Right.
I met a developer. It took 8 years to complete a 50-unit condo project near Commercial Street. Well,
Wow.
a lot can change. Sometimes it works in the investor's favor, but in other cases it doesn't. Interest rates can move, supply demand can change, costs can go up. With us, it's short, and so we can have more control.
Hmm.
It doesn't eliminate risk entirely, but it really reduces it. The main risk in what we do is really the pricing on what we can sell the homes for. So when we do an estimate on the what we call pro forma forecast, we're using a lower number than today. So if a half duplex is selling for say $1,500 a foot,
Hmm.
we'd be using a price that's say at 1,300 a foot. Townhomes on average pre-sell at 1,450 a foot in that range. Uh, Generally would be below that at 1350 a foot. It really depends on the neighborhood, but we're trying to protect ourselves by using a lower forecasted number. So if pricing stays the same as today, yeah, we'll hit our numbers. Um, so those are the two main ways that we do partner with people.
You
Do you
have
have any other questions for me, Maria?
next slide.
That's all.
Oh, that is the last slide. Okay, great. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you so much, James, for joining us. It's really given us a good overview of what is multiplex, some of the projects that you are involved in. And if anyone has any questions, perhaps maybe you're a buyer that's interested in seeing what one of these units looks like, maybe is considering moving into a multiplex, feel free to reach out. You can always visit the site at www.multiplexinvancouver.com. I'll have my contact info below this video, James as well. If you're a homeowner that perhaps is interested in co-development, we can always provide a free feasibility study on your property just to kind of see what the numbers look like and what the potential of your lot may be. So thank you everyone for joining us. Again, it's Maria Kritikos with Kritikos Real Estate Group and James Livingstone with Lightwell Homes. And please feel free to reach out for any questions. We look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now, everyone.
I know.